Hello everyone, this is James Shore with another test-driven JavaScript video. I'm recording this on July 12th, 2012, picking up right where we left off in the last episode. And what we had just gotten working is, after fumbling around for a bit, we got Node unit running from our Jake file asynchronously so that we could see when the tests were done and have it run in the correct order. So now if we run Jake integrate, we'll see the tests run before the assertions go. And that means that if we do a fail here, that our build will fail like it's supposed to. Okay, so what's next? We've got this failing like it's supposed to. We've got server-side testing working. Client-side testing is going to come after we actually get client-side in. So I think what we need to do now is we need to create a very simple HTTP server. And there's a couple of ways to do that. One way would be to use the built-in Node stuff. And another way would be to use a framework like Express to do it for us. Express is a tool that's like Sinatra for Ruby that will serve web pages. I have not used it before, so I've actually not done any serving in Node. I'm fairly new to Node. So my inclination is to go with the simpler, or not to go with the simpler approach, to go with the more basic approach, to just use the built-in HTTP stuff. Because again, I just want to get a really simple end-to-end test running. I want to do test-driven development and sort of prove out some of the basic concepts. Just like we saw with the tests, we had to prove out the basic concept of being asynchronous and failing at the right time. You know, kind of obvious things that I'd forgotten about. And that's, you know, that's really common for me to forget about things and to, you know, to make mistakes. The point here about doing test-driven development and all these other things we do is not that we're better, but that we recognize that we make mistakes and that we develop in a way that catches those mistakes soon. It's not about being better than everybody else. It's about catching mistakes really quickly. And that actually allows us to, by us, I mean you and me, not just the royal me. It allows us to be, in a way, sloppier in our work. And I find that really valuable. It allows me to go faster as things progress. I'm noticing that there's some errors here, so let me just fix those real quick. They're just spelling errors. There we go. So I want to build a simple server, and I want to do that test-driven. And like I said, we can either do that with HTTP or we can do it with Express. And Express is obviously makes that super simple. But again, my preference is to not bring in third-party libraries until I understand things at a more basic level. So I think it might be useful to go off and just spike an HTTP server in Node, see how that works, and then try to test drive it. So I'm going to go ahead and do that spike. I'll be back when that's done. Okay, I'm back. So I've put together a really simple spike of Node's HTTP module. And again, I'm new to Node. I haven't actually ever done, other than some of the screen tests I did prior to starting this series, I haven't done any Node work at all. So I'm still very early in my understanding of how it works, and I'm sure there's some dumb mistakes in here. But what I wanted to do was I wanted to just create a really simple HTTP server that we could use to write tests against. And the purpose here is not so much to serve pages as to have a straw man that we can use to do test-driven development. And then through test-driven development, we'll develop our understanding further. I think, you know, in programming, it's very common to be working with stuff you don't understand yet, you know, stuff that's new to you. And using test-driven development, I think, is one way of making sure that that is done well. Although, of course, it's not perfect. Test-driven development can't teach you anything you don't already know, but it can potentially show you some things that you need to learn. So if I go to localhost 8080, I'll get this text back. So start with a blank page, go to that page, go to there, and we'll see it come out. We can see that we're getting a received request on the command line, and also that it's a 200 response, an OK response. The code to do that is very straightforward. We require the HTTP module, create the server, and then listen for request events. When we get a request event, we log it. Here's the module. Here's the text that we're returning, and then here's how we return it. We just end the request and send the text back, and Node handles a lot of the details for us under the covers. So next time we'll pick up with trying to test drive this in our production code. So I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.